Gain the change from? I mean, there are different sectors of our national life. There's the economy, there's health, there's education, there's security, there's infrastructure, there's so many details or traits, if you will. Where do we begin the change from?
Well, I think that sometimes when we look at it in a holistic and broad manner, it feels so that the challenges are so enormous that there's nothing we can do. But I think that I've always been consistent on one thing. That let us always watch the causes we support. Have we joined any organizations, whether it's youth groups, whether it's the country or initiatives like this? Are we supporting activists? We have a civil society that relies on foreign taxpayers to be able to survive. Are we donating to support those initiatives? All those things are able to better arm us in preparing for this. And I think that unless we are doing that holistically and on a small scale, one at a time, it will always feel like this is too anymore, and so we should go home and sleep instead. I've always believed that starting small and doing it little by little, incrementally, showing up for pensioners. It didn't take more than 2 hours of my time. That is how we achieve reform.
But not everybody would do it. I mean, there are a lot of young people who have smartphones, who are active on social media. They have large Twitter, Facebook, Instagram accounts, but they won't give buzz about talking national issues. Fuel prices shoot up, they don't care. It comes down, they don't care. Food is expensive, they don't care. They're just living their life on the quiet. Is that the way to go?
I genuinely find difficulty in thinking that people do not care. I think that if we say that, we're also not having in perspective the cost of speaking up. And I think that unless the cost of activism and speaking up are lowered, our democracy will not be able to harness the energies of people who can improve it. A lot of young people care. A lot of young people are frustrated, but a lot of young people are afraid. And it's always weird to me that the price of speaking up in our democracy would be death. People say to me all the time, "Are you not afraid of dying?" And I always wonder to myself, why must the cost or the payback for speaking up and demanding that our society does better? Why must the payback for that be death? And unless we address that, and very few people are going to feel confident to speak. That is the true challenge of improving our democracy. And I find that's why I am, I do not let go when we've seen incidents of violence that we saw in Nigeria happen, that we must continue to push for justice to be served. That's what gives more people confidence. A couple of days ago, one of the young men who started Change the Country on Twitter, Kalije, was interviewed and he talked about why he didn't show up for the demonstration. He and Ifia Oda and others were being threatened with attacks, that they were so fearful of their lives that they decided to walk away. These are people who care, but they also have families. They live in a society which tells them that. And there's something he said that if he died, people were going to trend justice for Kalije for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then that was it. But pressing justice for Ejura for over 2 years, as we have done, securing compensation for families, continuing to demand that people be prosecuted, it is the only way we can assure people that your life will not be meaningless, even if you were to lose it in the fight for a better future.
Do you get surprised that all of this is happening and that a human rights lawyer, an activist who is now our president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo?
Oh, Johnny, that scares me a whole lot. I mean, I've written about that times when it has given me self-doubt. Because I don't want to wake up someday and be like Peter when the cock crows 3 times and then finding myself betraying Jesus. I've always wondered what it took. Because this is an individual that I looked up to. He was a model and a virtual mentor in many respects. To see what has become of him is so surprising, and I don't understand it. Perhaps that is even where I drive the motivation to even fight more. Because when we look at examples like this, we might even lose hope. But there has to be a sense that better and stronger individuals are even opposing the irresponsible regime that we are being subjected to. That is the only way we create a sense of belief that there's some moral good in this republic.
There are groups, Occupy Ghana, Let My Vote Count, all of those groups, and you would hear some very active